Okay, so the other day, Sunday, I covered the curious case of Natalia Grace about this little person who was either a miniature con woman or a deeply, deeply abused child, right? And so the documentary that's out right now is told from the perspective of the parents, and we hear all of their side and all of their lawyers and everything. Well, turns out, oh, and P.S., when the parents, the father specifically, told his side, he comes off sounding like a total scumbag, like probably the worst person I've seen in a long time, second only to Alec Murdoch. But he is alleged of trafficking this young girl and abandoning her, and they beat her and horrible, horrible stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, I sort of just bought their story and thought, I'm sure they're lying about some things, but I don't know what they're lying about. Well, turns out Miss Natalia, she's about to have her say. Now, she has a TV series coming out, I guess next year. Rumor is it's coming out next year. But you know what's out right now? Her Dr. Phil interview. She shows up on Dr. Phil with her parents, her new adoptive parents, and she tells her side of the story, including bombshells like, she's never had a menstrual cycle. Oh, the mom said she was having a period and she was hiding it. But so she's like, no. And the new mom is like, no, she's never had a menstrual cycle. And yes, she's gone from house to house, family to family. But Natalia has her own theory about that. And that is that the family that adopted her, the Barnetts, they were like, we are already on the covers of magazines because we have this brilliant child and everybody thinks I'm mom of the year because I run a charity for disabled children. So I'm going to adopt this disabled girl and I am going to be like a superhero. Turns out the girl moves into the house and A, she's got bad behavior problems, and B, it's a lot of surgeries and a lot of money and a lot of time and effort. And so all the time and energy they could put into their genius child now has to go into this child that needs all this surgery. And it's going to prevent them from appearances and travel and everything else. So I'm like, oh, that is another side of the story that I had not considered. I am dying to hear everything that Miss Natalia has to say. But in the meantime, she seems like a well put together, articulate young woman. And you know what else about her? She seems truthful. Something that those parents, they didn't have. Even from frame one, I was like, it's something about these parents that are not quite right. So I'm going to link the Dr. Phil interview down in the description of this interview. But check it out. It is very enlightening.